them. You understand what I'm saying? So other words, do unto you just like you do others. So what you trying to say, Rev? If they don't treat me right, I shouldn't treat them right. That was back in the Old Testament. That was that golden rule. If they hit me, I should hit them back. That was that golden rule. If they steal from me, I ought to steal back from them. That was that golden rule. That's what he's talking about. But Paul said, "There you one another, brother, to fulfill the law of Christ. Otherwise, you ought to help one another." I was trying to say you ought to help one another, bear somebody's burden. See, some folks' burden is too heavy. And they don't want to admit their burden is too heavy. They go along like their burden is not too heavy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Some folks get to dragging things in this world. And you say, "You need some help?" "No, I don't need no help." And they need help all the time. They dragging their burden. "You need some help?" "No, I don't need no help." But I'm going to tell you something. If I'm dragging a load that's too heavy, I need some help. And I tell folks that I'm pastoring this church, I need everybody. I don't need folks pulling this way. And I'm trying to go this way with a crowd. I don't need that. You know what? We have to bear these one another burden. You understand that? We need to help one another. And everybody needs to pull the same way. So let me tell you something. Everybody in here want to go to heaven. Whether you saved or not saved, if you're in this church now, you want to go to heaven. You ain't just sitting up here. You ain't just showing up. You showing up because you want to go to heaven. If you didn't want to go to heaven, you stay out there with the rest of the folks. You say, "Well, I ain't going to worry about it." But everybody wants to go to heaven, so what? We got to bear one another burden. And I'm going to tell you something. In this church, if one hurt, everybody ought to hurt. I'm sorry, don't get weary well doing. I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes I look around, we got so many folks trying to carry the load, and got some ain't trying to do nothing.
All right.
Value one another burden. That means help one another to help fulfill the law of Christ. For if a man or a woman think themselves to be something, and they ain't nothing. What they say about they deceive themselves. And I'm tell you something, you got folks in this world that deceive themselves. Because they act like they're high above everybody else. And let me tell you something, I'm the pastor, and y'all know, everybody here know, there's nothing around here that I don't do. Amen. I'll get in the kitchen, I'll cut meat, I'll barbecue, I'll do whatever it takes for the church to roll on. Amen. Amen. See, some folks act like they're so important. Y'all know we make somebody mad. But that's all right. But they deceiving themselves. I'm talking about don't get weary and well doing. See, I'm going to tell you something. When you're leading folks, if you don't be careful, you'll get weary and well doing. When you know you're doing good, and folks don't want to act right, you'll get weary. So it is at your house. If you feel that you're carrying the load, amen, ain't nobody else doing nothing. You'll get weary. And you feel like you're doing all the cooking and ain't nobody else bringing the food in or doing nothing. Because you can seem like they carry the load. You'll get weary in well doing. Amen. You'll not have to cook all the time. You'll not have to bring all the bread in. You'll not have to bring all the money in. Or I'm trying to help somebody. Amen. You're deceiving yourself and you think you're something above everything else. You sit back and wait for everybody else to do. Yes, sir. I'm trying to help somebody on this. Sit back and wait for everybody else to do. And you ain't doing nothing. Every man proves his own work. See, you got to prove your own work. That means you got to self-examine yourself. You can't have other folks examine you. Self-examine yourself. Prove your own work. Then you should have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another. That's for men and women. You understand? Self-examination. That means you need to look in the mirror and self-examine yourself. Say, hey, am I pulling my load? Amen. Amen. You living with me and you ain't paid a light bill, gas bill, water bill. Come on, real. Telephone bill, bought no food, or paid a house note, or nothing. You can't live nowhere. more money, more of this and more labor. I'm telling you, sometimes they get weary.
Amen.
Sometimes they get weary. But I'm going to tell you something, you can't get weary. But I'm going to tell you something, God will bless everybody according to what they do. I'm telling you, you can sit back and don't do nothing. Sit back and don't say amen. Sit back and don't wave your hand. But God will bless everybody according to them. Amen. Amen. Don't try to get on the bandwagon and ride on somebody else's thing. That's what some folks do. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Amen. That happens in some families. Amen. You got some families carrying the whole load, the others they do but sitting back looking. So it is in church. A lot of times you got some folks carrying the load, and the other thing. I know somebody's mad now. But somebody sitting back here, ain't pulling out a penny. I'm tell you something, you don't have to be rich to put money in church. Amen. You do what you're supposed to do. Amen. Little Mike put in all she had. She said she put a penny in, and that was all she had. If that's all you have, put in. Put in what you have. You don't have to look at what the other put. You don't have to say, well, that one there put so-and-so. I ain't got it. Well, put what you have. If everybody put what they have and you pool your resources together, don't get weary and well doing. You know, the reason I'm saying that because a lot of times people get weary. A lot of times people say, I'm tired doing all this by myself. I'm tired doing this by myself. I'm tired other folks ain't helping me. I'm tired of this here. And I let folks know, look, you working for the Lord. You working for the Lord. You ain't working for me. You working for the Lord. You ain't working for this building, Greater New Canaan. You working for the Lord. And when you're working for the Lord will pay you. According to what you do. Huh? Let every man just bear his own burden. Everybody ought to bear their own burden. You handle your business at your house and everywhere else. Handle your business at the church. Then we drop down to that Sunday school part. See, let him that is taught in the word communicating to him that teaches in all things, all good things. Teachers. See, I'm going to tell you something. That teaching part is the best part of the church. Amen. But I'm going to tell you something. When it comes around to Wednesday night, you can ask questions. When we get through teaching, you can ask questions if you don't understand. But when we're preaching, you can't ask no question when I'm up here preaching. And then after I finish preaching, most of the time, if you didn't write it down, you done forgot what you want to ask. So let him that teaching the word communicate to him that teaches in all good things. Amen. Amen. That teaching part is very important. That teaching part helps folks. That teaching part is the one that sticks with you. You understand? That teaching part is just like beans. They're like cornbread. They're like some good steak. You understand? It's not just gravy. It's the part that sticks with you. You will remember the things that happen on a Wednesday night. Because the teaching part is what you can sit there and look at. And if you don't understand, then you can just say, well, Rev, what this mean? Or Rev, what that